Hola lovelies, this is Zoe and I'm here with another video, and today I want to talk about the backlash that Latina singer and actress Jennifer Lopez has been getting this week. Now the reason why Jennifer Lopez has been getting a lot of flack lately is because of her new song. I just looked up the song called Party Lonely featuring Maluma. Now I didn't listen to the song, I just looked up the lyrics because I really didn't want to give her any views, but there were people who got mad at a verse she said in the song. She said, Yo siempre ser tu negrita del Bronx. Now, I'm going to translate this for all the people who do not speak Spanish. She said, I'll always be your little black girl from the Bronx. Now, this was the verse that got a lot of people upset, especially black people. And black people were offended and surprised that she called herself a black girl when she never claimed blackness before. She has always been a proud Latina, a proud Puerto Rican, especially when she was in the African American community. She was considered exotic and a spicy Latina. She liked being put on a pedestal. We all know she isn't black. A real black Latina looks black with two black parents. Jennifer Lopez is trying to erase us, real black Latinas, just like a lot of non-black Latinos who are colorist, anti-black, or try to be black when it is convenient for them. Then all of a sudden that they are Afro-Latinos, or they say they have a black parent or black grandparent as a cover-up. And let's get one thing straight. All white or non-black Latinos don't have black people in their family. They just say that as a cover-up. Afro-Latino isn't a trend, and as a real negrita, I don't want J-Lo calling herself a negrita because she isn't black and she isn't dark-skinned. And yes, it is a term of endearment, but you only say it to someone who is black. Negrita means little black girl. She act like she never heard of the term blanquita or morena. And I don't like the fact that some light-skinned Latinos are trying to act like this isn't a big deal. If you aren't black or dark-skinned, then your opinion isn't needed in this conversation. In the Latino community, you would never hear a Latino call a black girl a blanquita. And let's say the Latin singer Goya was featured with a black Latino artist, and she stated in a song, Yo siempre ser tu blanquita del Colombia, which means I'll always be a little white girl from Colombia. A lot of people, especially white Latinos, would have a problem with that, and they would be calling her delusional. Goya wouldn't get away with that, and J-Lo knew what she was doing. She knew it would cause a discussion, and black Twitter would react. She just wants to bring attention to her music, and black raised sales. It makes irrelevant people become relevant, and I'm thinking that J-Lo might be trying to come back to the black American community and collect their coins. I don't know. And I know that being pro-black and singing about melanin is a trend now. Beyonce and Sierra have been doing it, and they made it popular, so J-Lo might be trying to hop on board. I don't know, but that would actually work if she were black. And right now I'm going to explain what a Latino is supposed to look like. I want to address that Latino isn't a race, it's a culture. You can be black, white, Asian, and indigenous and still be Latino. And I'm going to go over all the races for you because I know a lot of people aren't educated on Latin culture. Now we have white Latinos that look like Sabrina Cabello, Rita Moreno, Cameron Diaz, and Camila Cabello. Then we have real black Latinas like Gina Torres, Juju, Rosario Dawson, Christina Milian, and Amara La Negra. This is what a black Latina is supposed to look like. Then we have Asian Latinos. We have Asian Latinos like Bruno Mars and Daniela Alonso. This isn't that many Asian representation in Latin media, so that's all I got for them. Then we have Indigenous Native American Latinos like Selena Q. Then we have Arab Latinos like Shakira and Selma Hayek. Now we have mixed race Latinos as well. We have mulattoes who are half black and half white. Then we have Zambos. Zambos are Latinos who are half black and half indigenous. Then we have Trengaños. Trengaños are Latinos that are a mixture of black, white, and indigenous. So they are multiracial. The rapper Cardi B would fall under this category. Now, last but not least, we have mestizos. Mestizos are half white and half indigenous. For example, Adrienne Bailon and Jennifer Lopez. So as you can see, J-Lo isn't black. She is a mestiza, and that is why black Latinos are upset that she called herself a negrita, knowing darn well that she isn't black. And I know J-Lo isn't the only problematic Latina. Like we had Camila Cabello call her group mate Normani a monkey. Sabrina Claudio made a fake Twitter to mock and troll black dark-skinned woman. Evelyn Lozada called Nigerian athlete and reality star OG a monkey. Then she claimed to be a Afro-Latina woman. Cardi B called black women roaches and monkeys and more. She didn't even apologize. Now she is supposedly a proud black Latina. She even said she was in an interracial relationship with Offset. Cardi B only seems to come for black women because she know that they're not a protected class. Then we have Sin Santana mock black woman in an interview. She said that black guys catered to Latina women. Then we have Karol G. And for all you who do not know Karol G, she is a Latin singer from Colombia. She had a song with Nicki Minaj called Tusa. Nicki Minaj had made her relevant and mainstream, and Karol G had the nerve to say All Lives Matter 3 months later. But if it wasn't for Nicki Minaj, she wouldn't be relevant. And last but not least, we have Gina Rodriguez, who had been problematic, colorist, and she disrespects black women and biracial women. Last year, she was caught singing a Fuji song, and it had the N-word in it. She eventually apologized. Now, I want to go over J-Lo's history when it comes to being a culture vulture, and she has been a problem since the beginning, thanks to Black American men. A Black American man, Keenan Wayans, was the first to put her on. In Living Color, she was a fly girl. That was her introduction to the black audience. Then she was a backup dancer for Janet Jackson. Go look at Janet Jackson's song, That's the Way Love Goes, and you'll see her in there. In 1997, she played an indigenous Mexican singer, Selena Q. She was lip singing all her songs in the movie. Then in 1999, she had released her duet Latin pop album On the 6th. She had a hit single called If You Had My Love, which was similar song to the R&B singer Shantae Moore, If I Gave You Love. Then she crossed over to the R&B section and took over Black American culture. She was dating P. Diddy, and then this was when the scandal came in. She was stealing people's vocals. Her song Play was co-written by a young Christina Milian, who is Afro-Cuban. J-Lo kept her vocals on the final single. Then her song Jenny from the Block had a black Latina singer named Natasha Ramos. Then she stole from a Mariah Carey. Mariah had sampled a song called Firecracker from the 1970s for her song Loverboy. J-Lo ripped off her plans for Loverboy, so Mariah had to take a cameo song called Candy. Her ex-husband Tommy Mottola had stole Mariah Carey's songs to benefit his new artist J-Lo. Irv Gotti talked about this in an interview. Her label took a song from Usher's album called Ride. It didn't make his Confessions album though. So they gave it to Jennifer Lopez. She also stole Brandy's vocals and took her song Ride or Die from Aphrodisiac album. It didn't make the album, but it was given to J-Lo. She kept the vocals, of course. Now, last but not least, she stole from R&B singer Ashanti. Ain't It Funny was stolen, and it had Ashanti's vocals. It was written for Ashanti, by Ashanti, and given to J-Lo. Also, J-Lo's song called I'm Real. The remix was written by Ashanti, and her vocals was on the track. This was the song that Ja Rule allowed her to say the N-word in the song, and that was when she got the big hit. And I remember back in the day when my mother was telling me that she knew that was Ashanti's vocals on the song, and I was like, are you sure? I was young, I didn't know better, and I really didn't know what was going on. But a few years later, we had gossip sites proving my mother right. They were saying how she stole music from black women, and she still, till this day, hasn't apologized. she will try to deny it. And I feel bad for everyone that she has stolen from, but especially Ashanti, because her music is still getting stolen till this day. A few months ago, a white girl named Danny Cohen took her song Foolish. She tried to claim it as hers and later was caught. Then she lied and said that it was a cover. But back to J-Lo. After she went through her black phase, she ended up in Hollywood and she starred in white movies. She even portrayed a white woman in Enough. Then she got engaged to Ben Affleck, which started controversy because Black America didn't want her to use the N-word anymore since she was around white people, because they didn't want them to think that that word was okay to use. It was a big thing. After the engagement was broken off, she started dating Latin singer Marc Anthony. They got married and had twins. Then they divorced 10 years later. Some people say that Jada Pinkett Smith was the reason for their divorce. J-Lo had got jealous of Jada Pinkett being too close to Marc Anthony and that they allegedly was having an affair. They were in a medical drama called Hawthorne. They had a dramatic, intense love scene that looked too realistic, and it had J-Lo and Will Smith in their feelings, which is why the show was canceled. And now, recently, she has been dating a baseball player named A-Rod for 4 years. People were still in their feelings about her Motown performance last year that looked like a Las Vegas show, and Smokey Robinson defended her. J-Lo was even supporting All Lives Matter. She has been anti-black for years, and black people have been ignoring this. But now people are noticing how problematic she is when she was like this since the beginning. But after she left the African American community, she has been in the pop scene. Now she has been doing mostly Latin music. She's been in a Latin world. So it is interesting yet confusing that she is now a black girl when she was not thinking about this before. Meanwhile, us real black Latinos who are actually black and treated as black and seen as black and get hated on for being a black Latina thanks to colorism. Now, we actually have plenty of real black Latina celebrities that you can support, like Yaga Da Costa, Gina Torres, Juju, Isa, Christina Milian, Joan Smalls, and Gloria Martinez, aka Goyo, Rosie Perez, Lala Anthony, and more, who I love, adore, and support. They are proud of their blackness and they claim black. They never deny their blackness. And look, I'm not saying that you can't support biracials or non-black Latina celebrities, because you can, but make sure to vet them before you support them. Don't support racist, colors, and anti-black, non-black Latinas. And don't support non-black Latinas that are trying to erase real black Latino women. But yeah, I'm done here. So what are your thoughts on this? Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.